he's got away. Saved! Somehow the keeper kept it out.
What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 7 of the Panenka Show. This is match day 7, and I'm your host, Carlos Brathwaite, as always. And tonight, well, Tyrion isn't a guest, series regular, Tyrion, bro. How you doing, Tyrion?
Cool, man.
And our camera lady, Miss Ashley Moore. How you doing, Ashley?
Not well at all.
Sorry. The reason I'm laughing so much is because these two here are Spaniards. And today we saw 3 teams eliminated and 2 teams progress. You don't know who one of the teams eliminated were. We'll start with Group A, Cameroon versus Croatia. Croatia really wasn't much of a match. Croatia dominated Cameroon 4-0. But what do y'all guys thought of Alex Song's stupid challenge on Mandzukic? I mean, the whole world watching and he decided to punch somebody in the back.
Well, I would say that it was sheer stupidity. Mm-hmm. Absolutely had no reason to tackle Mandzukic in that fashion. Mm-hmm. I honestly don't know what he was thinking, but clearly on the world stage, the World Cup, where there are probably thousands of cameras,
yeah,
he was never going to escape with that there. So
yeah, true. And that 0 player, Ashley, Barcelona.
So you're hitting player. At all ends tonight, I see.
A Barcelona player? What was
okay, let's know. He hasn't been a regular for Barcelona. Just put it on the record, ladies and gentlemen. He's not a regular for Barcelona. It was a stupid play, especially when FIFA is always preaching fair play and sportsmanship. I think he thought he could have gotten away with it. Obviously, he didn't, and he got the right punishment.
Okay. All right, so that win gave Croatia 3 points. Mexico and Brazil ahead on 4 each. You all think Croatia could make it out? Somewhere sneak past the Mexicans or the Brazilians?
No. The Mexicans are playing some very, very good soccer in this World Cup. It's actually a very big surprise for me. And Brazil, no matter the hiccup they had with the draw, I do believe Brazil will still be able to get out of this group because they're playing in front of their home fans.
Oh, okay. What says it to
Well, honestly, I don't know if Croatia will be able to get out the group, but I think that it sets up an exciting final match in that group.
Yeah.
I don't exactly want to make predictions on who actually get out, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, true. Okay, we move on to Group B action, where Australia and Holland, where Holland defeated Australia 3-2. It was a very exciting game. Australia really came out to play some football. What y'all thought of their approach?
I thought they deserved to win that game. I honestly do, especially first goal from Cahill. It was a marvelous
goal of the tournament.
Marvelous goal. I won't say goal of the tournament because we've seen a lot of volleys scored even outside of the World Cup, but it was a very, very, very good goal. I thought Australia played harder. I thought the Dutch were a bit complacent, thinking that they had it won. Yeah. And I honestly don't feel they deserved to win. By any of the day, they got their last goal.
A penalty awarded to the Australians. I don't know if you think it was a handball. Some people were saying the ball was, his hand was behind his back and he couldn't move it in time or was not. You think it's a penalty or not penalty, Tyrion?
Well, that penalty was somewhat of a toss-up, but I would tend to lean with the Australians due to the fact that the player's hand left inside of his body and was kind of directed behind his back.
A natural position, yeah.
I guess I would give it.
And another reason too is, I mean, all of us saw he tried to chest it into the goal. I mean, what the hell was that? You know what I mean?
You mean for the third goal?
I mean, oh my word. And then right after that was the goal.
Yeah, so it was kind of reminiscent of the game between Switzerland and Ecuador. They missed a chance at the end and came right back and punished them. So
I mean, you chest the ball into it.
It's just a team of this World Cup, very open and exciting.
I think we're going to get a shot this World Cup. I don't think, like, the big teams, they're going to have to come on, they're going to have to play because the so-called underdogs are fighting this World Cup, and it's going to be a surprise.
I was going to make that point that this World Cup particularly excites me because traditionally teams that are considered probably run walkovers and teams that we would consider easy points. I haven't seen much games so far that the smaller teams were easily beaten. Everybody is taking the game to their opponents. And actually,
For example,
I'm
you
really
know,
impressed by the
Spain
quality of
actually.
football.
Okay, we get to Spain later. So Holland 6 points from possible 6 so far. Progression, how far do you see them going in this World Cup?
Well, based on the game versus Australia, I think that the Dutch look very weak to me, honestly. They were very complacent. Players like Blaine that had an excellent game against Spain looked very lackluster against Australia. I recall in the first half he miscontrolled it. 5 balls that actually went out of play. And the back line lack consistency with clearances and all of that. Like,
I think
it was all over the place to me.
I think when they butt a side who is, for example, a side like Germany or Brazil, who is going to be relentless in their attacking, I think they will falter, especially if they go by this mentality that they're the best or they're going to win, because they have strikers with the class of Van Persie and Robin. But I think when they meet stronger attacking teams that are going to be relentless to them, I think they're going to falter.
Okay. All right. So, final matchup between the two leaders, Holland and Chile. Who do y'all see top in this group?
I think that was a hard one to say.
That's a hard one.
Preferably majority would go Holland to top the group, but
But I want Chile to top the group because I don't like Holland. So yeah, moving on.
Okay. Wait. Another talking point for that game though. Van Persie got a yellow card earlier in the game, and then later on in the game, I don't know if you all remember the challenge on. I can't remember. I think it was one of Australia's midfielders, but if this was the first challenge, he would have got a yellow card.
Yeah, he should have been off.
So you agree he should have been off?
He should have been
very
off.
questionable refereeing.
As is the theme for this World Cup.
Yes, clearly the team for the World Cup.
Okay, so Australia gotta leave with their heads high. I mean, they're playing 2 great performances.
Yes. I don't think they should feel any shame. They came out, they fought hard, and honest to God, they should have gotten a draw from the Dutch match. And I think they should hold their heads up and come again in the next World Cup, because you can see that they have the potential to be possible trophy hunters.
Okay.
So,
Possible trophy hunters? That's a huge
possible trophy hunters.
That's a very huge claim.
I mean, if Spain could go in the group stage against a team like Chile, I mean, who can't be possible trophy hunters?
But that was a great segue as we take a break. Stay tuned to the Panenka Show.
Again, bets all over again.
You just got me laughing, yeah?
Oh, he's had to clear, he's got away. Saved! Somehow the keeper kept it out.
And welcome back to the Panenka Show. We're doing the Group B review. And the match of the day, I mean, wow. Spain defeated by Chile 2-0. 2 Spaniards on the panel this evening. I don't know where to start. So they did. I remember Tyrion last time he said to drop Xavi and Piqué. Well, they were both dropped and brought in Pedro and Javi Martinez, but it still didn't work. Your speech?
After the game, I was reading the article where Vicente Del Bosque, the Spanish coach, was claiming that he was kind of going to come with a different approach to the Chile game, and big changes would be made within the starting 11. And prior to the game, I was really expecting probably the least 5 changes to be made within the starting 11. And on the match day, he made 2 changes? To drop Piqué for Martinez and drop Xavi for Pedro.
Yeah,
which I think was
It was
not sufficient. Drastic changes needed to be made, and I don't want to be critical of Barcelona and the players and the style of play, but I preferably would outcast the majority of the Barcelona players that make up the core of the Spanish team. To me,
not to cut you off, but is it due to their falters over the years?
Yes, I would say that over the last 2 seasons they had a less than thrilling season, and to me there are players that are in a steady decline.
Yeah. Ashley,
Okay.
your Barca players?
Okay.
Your skill set?
Let me start with the coach. First match in the World Cup, we played the Dutch. We got thrashed 5-1. You started Diego Costa, which me personally, I didn't want in the Spanish team to begin with. You understand? So you start Diego Costa, coach. He does nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. Come in the second game, you need to win this game. You start Diego Costa. He does nothing. He misses a sitter. You're going to sub him to bring on Fernando Torres. A man who has not scored in how long? Do you even know? That's not the point. The point is,
I think they got a website.
you need, when you have a striker like David Villa, Spain's #1 all-time goal scorer. He had a marvelous season by Atletico Madrid. He's fit. He's in form. You're going to play Diego Costa.
All right, but you could still argue that Diego Costa did have a stellar season also.
He had a stellar season, but he did not have a stellar World Cup. In the first game, he did nothing. You're going to start him again. And then you're going to sub him and bring on a dead like Fernando Torres.
So as Spain
Lord.
fans, they all agree that David Villa was unfair this World Cup. I mean, he was his star in 2010.
He
So
has
he
not
was
touched
unfair.
a ball for this World Cup besides training sessions.
I think starting Diego Costa was a fundamental mistake due to the fact that Diego Costa has little to no experience playing a tiki-taka style of football. He has very little experience playing within the Spanish squad. He has no chemistry with the players. He played like 2 matches prior to the World Cup. I think to play Diego Costa, despite the season he had, which was a fantastic season, to play him ahead of players, as you mentioned, such as David Villa, a player that was in the setup for years, as you said, the all-time leading goal scorer, or the go-to man the last World Cup, who was so vital, taking the city title. For him, to see him sitting on the bench it was heartbreaking for me.
It was a travesty.
I was angered, then heartbroken, and
I was not heartbroken.
Contrasting emotions.
I'm still angered. And to Tyrion's point as well, I do believe it was David Silva who played in a beautiful, beautiful through ball through the Chilean defense. And Diego Costa decided he's going to push and he's going to push and he's going to push.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
And then
7, 8, 20 touches.
And then challenge came in and he didn't get
not only that, like he cut down the angle to show that
he made the defender's job much easier. Okay. And as a A-class striker, he should have known better. I mean, for God's sake, man.
But he did.
And then
to give him some retribution, not to cut you off, but to give him some retribution. Remember, he bicycled the ball over and he put it on the plate for Busquets. Yes,
he's another one too. I mean, I've seen you score those goals for Barcelona, and you're going to come in the Spain match and decide what? You know, I want to go home.
As I said earlier, harder to miss than to score.
Okay. I want to go home. I do believe that is what was going through his head. I want to go home. And I think that was what was going through a lot of the Spanish, because at the end, like coming on to like the 60th minute, there was no life in the Spanish squad. It was like, let's just be done with it. And that is not the Spanish squad that I have come to know and love. We fight. I mean, we kill people with our passes, but we fight. And even with the tiki-taka style, it is going out. Even Barcelona is doing a complete revamp. Even though I love to see that style of play, some people call it boring, but I like to see it because if you don't have the ball, you can't win. Yeah. Simple as that. But they were just a huge disappointment for me. And I mean, I ordered a Spain shirt. Oh my God. And y'all are just grrr.
I want to kind of conflict with what she just said, saying if you don't have the ball, you can't win. That's what she said. But if you don't shoot, you can't score either. And Spain tend to keep hold of the ball and try to play a silky passing style and try to break down the opponents. But clearly that was not frustrating the Chileans.
Yeah, yes, but I think they stick with that style because it has proven it has proven to work over the years. I mean, they won the World Cup, then they went on to win the Euros, even though it was a funny, you know what I mean? But it works for them up until this point.
All right, I want to get on Spain match later. But speaking of the Chileans, Sanchez had a wonderful game. How far do you see Sanchez and the Chileans going in this World Cup? They already progressed with the group. How far do you want to see them going? Just round the 16 or?
I think they can go far, but for example, even though the Spanish squad was nowhere near up to par, they still got into their defense. They still brought down key moments. So when they meet squads that are even more in depth of attacking, they might falter.
Okay. Now, what do you think, Tyrion? You think they could go?
I certainly don't think that you could rule out the Chileans progressing to the deeper stage in the tournament, even past round of 16. I was thoroughly impressed with their attacking style of football, that more direct style. I think that Alexis Sanchez is having an outstanding tournament. Seeing him taken out of the setup of tiki-taka and that laboured kind of passing style and playing a more direct attacking style of football, which to me suits his personality as a player, and we are seeing the best out of him.
Okay. All right, that was a very good point. We'll be back with some previews. This is the Panenka Show. And welcome back to the Panenka Show. We'll be previewing Group C and D. First Group C match will be Colombia versus Ivory Coast. Both sides coming off of their respective wins, and a win for either could seal their qualification. What do you think will have it for tomorrow?
Well, honestly, between Colombia and Ivory Coast, well, I would have to say that I'm very impressed with Colombia thus far throughout the competition. The Ivory Coast, not so much. I think that the caliber of players within the squad, I think that the game they played against Japan, they should have done much better instead of that come from behind, fight back, they have to produce. At the end of the day, that's football. Football is played on the day because you got a better squad. Doesn't necessarily mean that at the end of the day everyone will produce, but I kind of see Colombia run away with this game.
Oh, wow. What are your thoughts, Ashley?
Well, in this World Cup, my African teams have been disappointing me.
Sure.
And
but this one should
Africa has been disappointing.
They have been disappointing, especially with the game with Ghana versus USA. I mean, like, I think 80% of the population had Ghana to win. In this upcoming game, I don't see Ivory Coast winning. And a lot of people might disagree, but I just don't see them winning.
Oh, okay. All right. There was a problem. Well, Bonnie didn't impress in his first game, even though he did score. And the Drogba effect, as they said, ultimately won Ivory Coast the game. So, do you drop Bonnie and start Drogba, or do you pair them together?
I don't...
In my personal opinion, I don't think I would actually drop over Bonnie. Due to the fact that at the end of the day, it is an aging Didier Drogba. Even though most persons might say start him and probably pull him from the 60th, 65th, anywhere within that region. I personally don't agree. I think that the effect that Drogba has off the bench can be instrumental for the Ivory Coast, and I honestly would stick with that rotation.
Okay, you agree?
Yeah, I agree with him, and because starting Drogba at his age, right now in the World Cup, I don't think it would be a smart move. I don't think he will have the impact that certain people think he may have. So bringing him off the bench and trying to inject that sense of energy will be better for them. But as I said, I still don't think they're going to win.
Oh, okay. All right, so we're going to preview the second Group C match, and that's Japan taking off Greece, both of the losers. Who can find a win here and ultimately restart their campaign to get on the knockout rounds? Japan or Greece?
Well, the first game that Greece played, I was really unimpressed with Greece. Well, I can't say I had much expectations of Greece in the tournament from the beginning. To me, they play a very dead, boring style of football. Like, lack quality players. The players lack that extra.
You can't find the words for it.
Greece as a whole, they lack something.
They're boring. They're not an attractive team to watch play football.
It's a boring style of football, and honestly don't think they have any genuine goal scorers within the team. They have Giorgio Samaras, probably is the only exception within the team that they can actually call of actually half decent player.
Yeah.
And I don't see he producing anything much on the world stage at all.
So a Greece loss for you then?
Japan has to come to the party though.
Yeah.
Even though most would say Japan has the quality and ingenuity to actually get past Greece. At the end of the day, it's the World Cup. It's the best 32 teams in the world, and they can still have to come out and produce on the day if they want to get past Greece. But me personally believe that once they come out and actually play their game, and to me, they play a smooth, silky passing game at times, I think that they could actually be really lethal and actually get past Greece.
Okay. You think the same, Ash? Or
I'm going to tell you the honest to God truth. I mean, the honest to God. I don't care who wins. My team is gone. You understand? They're gone. I don't care who wins, you know. Once it's not France, you know. The Dutch. No, in Argentina, you know.
Argentina,
But once it's not France, the Dutch, the Italians, or the Germans, I'm good.
So who's going to win this
I
World
am
Cup if
good.
besides these teams?
I am good. You still have Brazil and you still have Argentina. I don't care who wins between Greece and Japan. They're non-existent in the football world anyway.
Tough.
Moving on.
Tough words from Ashley. The game of tomorrow, Uruguay versus England. Both teams coming off losses as well. And this is a Group D fixture. So it's a do or die for both.
I personally want England to win because, and I would like Rooney to score his first goal. Because people have been criticizing Wayne Rooney and bringing him down because he hasn't scored, blah, blah, blah. He's still an essential part of the England game, proven by the lovely cross he put in the first game for Sturridge. So to keep criticizing this man, I want him to prove everyone wrong. I want him to score and I want him to play very damn good football tomorrow.
Okay, Terry had a point there you wanted to make?
I was simply going to ask, and where was he for the remainder of the game?
Yeah. Oh.
Yes, but honestly, and I don't think y'all would disagree, football is not a one-man sport. Football is not a one-man sport. So to criticize Rooney, you have to criticize the entire England team.
Okay. All right, to take the focus off of England, Uruguay. Suarez sat out the first game. A month ago, he had surgery. This is an important fixture. Do you put in the start?
They need him to start.
Put into.
They need him to
it's
start.
It's absolute must because Uruguay definitely need the result. They need 3 points. Even a draw will not be acceptable.
Yeah, they need him
in these circumstances. So I believe that they will use the AS of Suarez, and I believe it will come good too.
Yeah.
And I mean, when you take Suarez, if you don't play him, who else is there to really score those goals for you?
Well, you could argue Cavani, but
did he show up in the first game?
he did score the
Okay,
penalty.
we have that there.
So yeah. So a Uruguay win for Tyrion and an England win for Ashley. Right?
I want them to win.
Oh, you want
I
them to win.
didn't necessarily say a Uruguay win, but that was kind of a toss-up too. But I think in order for England to really get a result of this game, I think that it's going to be pivotal that Gerrard has a good game, and I think that the player that he plays alongside Jordan Henderson, I think he needs to actually step up with creativity of his game. I mean, he does the basics very well, but to me, I think he needs to give something more. Like he's basically, he and Gerrard, two Liverpool teammates, they play alike. It's like no contrasting differences in quality.
Like if Uruguay is to start Suarez, their defense has to be on point. There's no doubt about that. They have to be on point because you give even if he's slightly hurt, he's gonna give his all. And 100% Suarez is deadly for the best defender in the world. Okay. So they need to hold him tight. You can't give him any little space, or he's going to kill you.
That's why the screen in front of the back four, Gerrard and Jordan Henderson. I think that even though a lot of persons would say the likes of Sturridge and those have to get big games, I think that midfield pairing will have to come big.
Yeah.
Okay, but thanks for coming through tonight, guys, and see you in Russia. Okay, don't forget to check the Panenka Show, the Panenka Show on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Like and subscribe the video. Check the blog, thepanenkashow.blogspot.com, and don't forget, you can't spell Spain without pain. My name is Carlos Brathwaite.
Oh, he's in the clear, he's got away.